Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I am so excited because we are doing a chit chat. Get ready with me. I'm gonna be answering all your burning questions you guys sent to me on Instagram and on YouTube, asking questions about me, like an updated get to know me. So you guys want to know what all those questions are, what type of answers I have, and how I got this look. Well, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, so I haven't filmed like an updated Q&A in so freaking long, and I wasn't really sure anyone was going to ask me any questions, or like whenever I do things like this, I usually just get questions on like how to grow your YouTube, help with YouTube, tips and advice and stuff like that. And I have no problem answering those questions, but I was hoping you guys would ask questions about like me and stuff like that, get to know me more, and you guys did. So I'm really happy you guys like ask questions. So I'm gonna start off with my benefit. This is my pomade. I really like this product, and I don't know why. I feel like it just is so quick and easy to draw on brows, and it's just so crazy because I don't really realize like how sparse my brows are until like I go and do a video, and I'm like, wow, like is this years of like getting my brows waxed or plucking? Like, what is this? I'm just gonna quickly just line my brows, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into like the Q&A. I don't really do much to them. I just kind of like fill them in as best as I can, and then I just cut them out, and then just kind of go from there. I don't really do too much. I don't know. I'm not like a brow person, or these amazing beauty gurus on TikTok and on YouTube can do like the prettiest brows, and I can't. It's why like whenever Benefit does like a brow search, I never bother entering, because I'm like, I cannot do my brows the same way these amazing artists can, so like why even like bother even trying? So I'm starting off with the ones that I see on Instagram, and one of the first ones I see is, if you had your own makeup brand, what would you want to come out with first? So if I had my own makeup brand, I feel like the first thing that I'd want to come out with, honestly, and this is like in no way shape or form trying to copy or shade or anything to any person out there, but I would probably want to come out with like lip products first. And the reason why I want to come out with lip products first is because my favorite part of my routine always has been my lips. I absolutely love doing my lips because I just don't ever use one color. I use so many different lip products to create the perfect lip for me. So it's why I'd want to come out with something like that first, because I would want to be able to create that perfect product where I don't have to sit here and like mix and match 500 different lipsticks or lip glosses or, you know, liquid lips. I can make something that's like, you know, I only need one product for, which would be really nice, because so many of you guys always tell me like, oh, what are you wearing on your lips? I love it. And I feel so bad because I'm like, I'm wearing these 4 different lip products, and I don't want you guys to ever feel like you need to go out and like buy all 4 lip products that I'm wearing. Like, I don't think you guys need to do that at all. But like, that's what I like for my lip routine. Do you know what I mean? So I would want to create something like that where it would be lip products, and it would be something that I, you know, curated myself, mixed and matched myself. Like, that's something that is such a messed up brow. That is something that I would definitely want to come out with first. And I know that like, that's how like Jacqueline started, and it didn't necessarily work in her favor, but I would want to do something like that because I feel like that would be so organic for me, would be to come out with like a lip product. Since you mentioned in some of my previous videos that you're job hunting, what sort of jobs are you applying for, and what do you hope to do career-wise outside of YouTube? Which I think is actually a really fantastic question. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have been extensively doing some job searches, and I've talked to 2 amazing people who work in the social media field, and I was trying to, one, not go back into serving, and there's nothing against serving. Believe me, there's nothing against serving. You can make some really amazing money serving, and I miss that. I really do miss that fast, easy money that came with serving. But I also know it's one of those like jobs that it's so hard to leave because you're so used to getting money every single day. You'd be like, oh, hey, I need to pay this bill. Let me go ahead and just pick up a shift. And you know you're guaranteed to make some cash that day or whatnot, so you can make some good money. And so I miss that aspect. I'm going to go into the Lunar Beauty palette because I do want to actually use a new product from Ofra. This is going to be the Ofra Cosmetics. It's a liquid highlighter, but I'm actually going to use this for an eyeshadow look today. So I'm going into Lunar Beauty because I'm going to take the shade Milk Tea, and I'm just going to kind of put this all over the lid. I'm going to use the brand new Paige Chlorine collaboration with Bling brushes. This is the extended collection right here. This is a cute little brush. This is the E44 brush. Love how pretty this looks. I think this is perfect in time for Valentine's Day if you guys want to get this gift. You guys can use code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off. But I, was trying not to go back into serving. So I was like, why don't I go be a social media marketer, coordinator, manager, where I can work for not necessarily just beauty brands, just any sort of social marketing job, because there's so many different social marketing jobs that are remote. And I was like, maybe I can do this, because obviously I work in social media, you know what I mean? But I started applying to jobs, and I was realizing wow, I feel like I don't have any sort of qualifications for this job, because unfortunately I was a server for 11 years and I feel like I don't really know anything. And I look at the qualifications or I look at the requirements, I feel so stupid. I feel like I'm not educated, even though I do have a degree. It's in creative writing and I do know social media. I feel like such an idiot trying to apply for these jobs. I really do. I just feel it's put me in a hole. But I had some amazing conversations with two particular people this week, and they know who they are. And I know one of them is actually watching this video right now. And let me just tell you, she's freaking amazing. And she was extremely helpful. And, I was taught what really goes into social media marketing and the whole social media world. And I was taught that I pretty much know 70% of the job already, because I do that job already. I create I create content, I edit, I film, I know how to use certain programs, I know how to use hashtags, I know how to read algorithms, I know data. And I didn't realize I knew any of those stuff until I had this amazing, almost like a life-changing phone call. And I was like, I didn't realize that I do have some amazing skills. And she was the sweetest. She had pretty much told me that I just need to put myself out there. I need to, redo my resume, because my resume needs to be updated. But she pretty much told me that I have what it takes. I just have to, just put myself out there, and I have to apply, because there's some jobs that I was literally holding back on because I was like, well, I don't feel like I'm qualified for this because I don't have the experience. And she's like, just apply. You just don't know. You just got to apply. So I really was taken aback by that, because I didn't realize the things that I do know, because I just genuinely feel like I didn't know anything, because I've only ever been a server for 11 years. So I just well, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. And then she made me realize that you do know it. You just need to believe in yourself, and that she's like, you undersell yourself. And I didn't realize I did that. So I am reformulating I'm redoing my resume right now, and I'm putting what I do know, and I'm going to be applying to jobs yet again. And if I can apply into the beauty world and work for a cosmetics company, absolutely, because I feel like I am pretty knowledgeable when it comes to makeup. I mean, I do this for my full-time job, but I just feel like it'd be really nice. And do I see it as a career outside of YouTube? I would say currently no, but then I would also say I don't know, because I'm kind of hoping that even if it doesn't become a career, right? Because I want to be a full-time content creator. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's the best job I've ever had, and it's something that I'm really so passionate about and I love so wholeheartedly. But I also want to take it as an opportunity to learn more behind the scenes, to learn more about social media marketing and kind of the behind the scenes stuff. I know what it's like to do the front side stuff. Obviously, I'm sitting here on camera right now, but I feel like me learning more of the back end stuff and how social media marketing works and how brands work and how PR works. And I feel like if I learn all that, it could be very beneficial for me in the long run. It could be very educational, and I can take what I learn in those jobs and I could bring it forth onto my YouTube or TikTok or YouTube Shorts, Instagram, whatever. I feel like I can take the knowledge that I learned working for brands and apply it towards my job that I want to do. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that could be a very beneficial experience for me. So that is what I am going to be actively applying for. And then if worse comes to worse, if I don't get any of those jobs, then yeah, I would just go back into serving, because it is literally the easiest. I just don't want to, because I know that's really hard. I just don't want to, because I know that it's one of those jobs that you can literally just get sucked in and then never leave. And the only reason I'm even doing this anyways, because yes, times are tough. Absolutely, times are tough. I want to have more, disposable income. And there's a very, 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 very good chance that Corey and I are going to have to move in September, because they are remodeling our entire complex and they are raising the rent tremendously. I've seen a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage go here for $4,197. You have got to be out of your mind if you think that I'm ever going to pay that to rent a place. to rent. I have found really nice homes for half the cost that is more affordable, more feasible, more space than in a freaking apartment. It's just insane. It's just been so crazy here. They've raised the prices so much, not just at my complex, but just like in rent in general in the Florida region, just because everybody's moved down here. So it's making it really, really hard to just stay in this area. But that's another reason why I'd want to apply for a job so I can have some, you know, some extra income coming in so that we can get approved for a place and I don't have to just solely rely on Corey to take care of us. I know he doesn't mind, but I care because my parents taught me growing up to never rely on a man. I don't care if that man's my husband. I want to be self-sufficient and not have to rely on him. And I want to be just as equal as a partner and bring just as much equal bread into the house, if not more. You know what I mean? That's my goal. So for the eyes, like the sparkly portion, I'm actually gonna go in with the new liquid highlighter. This is the Precision Long Lasting Glow Drops from Ofra Cosmetics. It's actually a brand new launch. This is in the shade Cupid. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, I will tell you guys, because there's actually quite a few products that are coming out with this launch. They just launched yesterday. I'm so excited. But I'm just gonna show you guys what this is first before I show you guys all the rest, because the rest has to do with like the cheeks and like more highlighters. But I just want to use this for eye look today because I just want to show you guys how versatile this liquid highlighter actually is. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my finger, just very little, and I'm going to start to just tap this all over the lid. I just wanted to lay down that shade so it has a nice base underneath it, and then we can start to just tap this liquid highlighter right on top, and then it's going to dry down, and it's just going to be so pretty, so effortless, and that's just kind of what I'm going for today, just like a very pretty eye look that doesn't really take too much to create. I'm going to let this dry down before I worry about like packing and blending it just a little bit more. So while it's drying down, I'm actually gonna go in with the Flower Beauty. This is the Skin Smooth Power Base Matte Primer. We're gonna use this today as primer. So hopefully I answered that question for you. So I really hope I answered that question. Okay, so another question from YouTube that says, "Hi Allie, in your bookshelf video, I caught a glimpse of a tattoo on the back of your arm. Can you show and share it a little bit?" So the tattoo is actually the state of Michigan and it has a heart in it. And the reason why I have that tattoo is back in 2017, my best friend ended up passing away of cervical cancer and she's from Michigan. So I met her while we worked at Disney together, and I met her when I was 25 actually. And when we met, she was in remission. Everything was great. We got to know each other over the year, became best friends, and then a year after meeting, she unfortunately found out that her cervical cancer came back, and this time came back stronger. Even though she had a hysterectomy at that point, it still just came back. And so I was with her through her entire, re-diagnosis and chemo radiation. It just brought us closer over the years, and unfortunately she went into hospice in 2016 and she decided to, I'm gonna go in with my KVD. This is the Good Apple Serum. Really like this foundation, by the way. She decided in 2016 when she found out that she was terminal, that she wanted to just go home to Michigan where her dad and her whole family lived. She just felt like that was going to be a better spot for her. So she ended up moving back home to Michigan with her husband, and she ended up going into hospice there, and that's just where she stayed for the rest of her life. So when we went up there to go see her, to pretty much go say our goodbyes, me, Corey, and one of her two best friends decided to go get Michigan state tattoo on the back of our arm to represent our love for her and our friendship for her. So we all got matching tattoos, and Jenna was fortunately able to see it before she passed, and she thought it was the sweetest thing. Kept saying, "You guys are so stupid." She was the sweetest thing, but I'm just really grateful that we got to do that for her, and that she was awake enough to see that before she ended up passing. And it just was something that was so special to all of us. So it's one of those tattoos that, like, I don't think it's the prettiest looking, but it has like the most meaning to it. And I'm very, very glad that we all got that for her, because I thought that was like the coolest thing that she got to see that. So I really like this question. It says, "What's your favorite type of content to film or watch?" So my favorite type of content to watch is actually gaming content. I only really watch gaming content at this point because I just think it's so freaking fun. My favorite YouTuber, his name is Corey Kenshin, and he plays a lot of horror games. Freaking love his stuff. I'll link his channel down below. He is truly so phenomenal. So I love watching gaming content. And then I think my favorite content to film will be videos when I'm having like a lot of fun. So like perfect example, like when I did my ColourPop mystery box unboxing. Videos that I'm laughing a lot or being a fool and like making fun of myself, those videos are a lot of fun. Or like if I do like challenges or first impressions when they never turn out right and I just look so freaking silly or stupid, those are a lot of fun to me. I will say that probably my least favorite ones to film are my BoxyCharm and Ipsy, because I always open the door for people to be negative if I'm not liking the product, because they feel that I should be very grateful to get BoxyCharm and Ipsy and PR. So that could be really, that takes away the joy of the video. But I mean, if they don't like it, they don't have to watch it. I just prefer being honest and kissing a brand's ass. So I'm going to be real. The boxes suck, and I'm still going to open it for you guys because I still do enjoy getting it. It gives me products to get back with you guys with, and sometimes I found some really good boxes in there. It's just like one of those hit and misses. So those are like my least favorite, but my most favorite is like first impressions, fun creative content that's not always just reviewing, but just me being able to be my true silly self and my true authentic self, like you guys seeing my personality when I do first impressions and whatnot. Like that to me is just so much fun. I'm gonna go into the Ofra Cosmetics. This is the perfect cover. This is in the shade Fair Porcelain. This is their newest liquid concealers that just came out. If you guys hear a dog barking, it's just my neighbors that live above me, but like their stairs are right here. So I constantly have to hear their 3 little dogs barking all the time. But I don't say shit because I'm not trying to have any issues with them. And they are a blessing compared to Carla. And our German Shepherds can be pretty loud when they bark. And speaking of German Shepherds, when you guys see this video, today is my baby's 4th birthday. Today's Kaya's birthday. So if you guys made it to this point in the video, please wish Kaya a happy birthday in the comments section. I will read every single comment aloud to her because she's my baby, and I am just so happy and sad that my baby's 4 years old already. It's so sad. Alright, so to set that, I'm going to go in with the Grwm Cosmetics. This is the Face It Bright setting palette. I always use this to set my under eyes. I just think it's just so good. So the next question, and this is probably the most question that I saw asked, not only on my Instagram, but on YouTube as well, is, are we having kids? Are me and Corey having kids? I'm going to go in with the Milani. This is the liquid contour. I have been really enjoying doing drugstore videos lately. So are me and Corey having kids? Honestly, I don't know. Some days we want kids, other days we don't. Like, we really just kind of go back and forth on the whole kid subject. It just really depends. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe I should, because I feel like I'm getting older. I mean, I am 33 years old. I feel like, oh my gosh, my time is running out if I want to have kids, and I want my parents to see my kids. Like, I feel like I'm like running out of time. But then other days I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't want kids at all. Like, I really love my life the way that it is. So like, I don't know. I go back and forth literally all the time. So does Corey. One day we want them, one day we don't. And I remember I saw a podcast with Folks Coverage with Laura, Manny, and Tyler. And that same question got brought up for them. And I feel like Laura's answer was exactly mine. She said exactly how I felt. So I feel like you guys should go watch that. I'll link the video down below so you guys can go see her and Tyler's answer, because they're the same way. Like, they're happy if they have kids. They're happy if they don't have kids. And that's kind of exactly where me and Corey are at. It gets hard because like a lot of my close friends actually do have kids. So like, I see what their life is like with kids. But then I also see what their life is like with kids. You know what I mean? Like, I see the good and the bad. And sometimes the bad is just like, whoo, I don't think I want to deal with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with like the bad side. But then I also see the good side. And like, they're really, when they go to like Disney, or like when they see Christmas and Halloween, and they do like these really fun family adventures. And I'm like, oh, okay, like I kind of want that too. And like, I want my parents to like see me have a kid if I do. And so we just go back and forth all the time. And it's one of those things that I feel like I will never, ever, ever be ready for, ever. So like, I don't know. I feel like I'll never be ready for kids, honestly. And so I don't know if it's like ever going to like happen for us. But then I'm also like, okay, well, let's just not take precautions, and we're just going to let like, I know a lot of people are not really religious, but so I'm not going to like really shove it down anyone's throat, but I do believe in God, and that's just, well, I'll just kind of leave the conversation right there. But I just feel like it's going to be up to him. I feel like if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. So we don't use any precaution, but then like, a lot of times we still do the pull-out method just depending, and sometimes we don't. So it's one of the situations that I'm just like, well, maybe I'll just let like whatever happens happens. So long story short, I don't know. I'm gonna use the Dermablend. This is the loose setting powder. I'm really trying to use stuff in my collection that I don't really use that often to like really go through my stuff, because I'm trying not to be as wasteful this year as I have been in previous years. So I don't know. So to sum it up, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have kids or we plan on having kids. It's just one of those things where it literally changes from day to day, and it like will change depending on like who we hang out with and if they have kids or not. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with where my life is right now, and I would hate for that to change because I don't really do well with change. But then I also always envision, and I always talk about, you know, oh, Corey, if we have a girl, I always say that. So like obviously that indicates that I do want something, right? So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just gonna let it be one of the situations where if it happens, then it's meant to be, and if it doesn't happen, then obviously it was meant to be. You know what I mean? By the way, look how nice that highlighter dried down. It is so freaking pretty. Okay, so for the next question. The next question is, would you ever do a meet and greet? Oh my God, I would love to do a meet and greet. I feel like that'd be the coolest freaking in the world. I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Cosmetics bronzer. I think it'd be the coolest thing in the world if I can do a meet and greet and like meet you guys. Are you kidding me? Like that'd be so cool. Granted, I would be so freaking nervous. I feel like I wouldn't know what to do, what to say, and I'd probably be freaking out the whole freaking time. I'd probably have to take Imodium. I generally would probably have to take Imodium before meeting any of you guys, because I'd be like, I'm gonna shit my pants. It's like literally how I feel, because it's like such a nerve-wracking thing. I have had the pleasure of meeting a few of you guys, and you guys have been so freaking sweet, but believe me when I say I question everything when you guys walk away. Like, how was I? Did I smile? Did I blink? Did I breathe? Like, I get so freaking nervous. I'm gonna use the Wonder Beauty. This is just the clear brow gel. This is just sitting on my desk. Typically, I use my Benefit, but I just grabbed this first, so we're gonna go in with that. Hey guys, so for blush, and I'm so excited to say this, but this next portion of the video is actually sponsored by Ofra Cosmetics. You guys know how much I love Ofra Cosmetics so much. They are truly the freaking sweetest ever, and they just launched their new Made with Love collection. This collection is going to include 3 cheek to lip cream set plus 2 new liquid highlighters. So up first, we do have the Made with Love. This is the cheek and lip cream set. Now this actually does retail for $35, but if you guys use code Allie, it's actually going to save you guys 20% off your purchase at Ofra Cosmetics. So we're going to have 3 brand new cheek to lip creams in here. We're going to have the shade right here. This is going to be called Devoted, and this actually does retail for $18 by itself if you don't want to get the full pack. So here's that shade Devoted right there. Then we have the shade All Yours. So that is the shade All Yours right there. And then we have the shade Heart Eyes, which I've already swatched. It's gonna look like that right there. So these are their 3 cheek to lip creams right here. They do retail for $18 a piece, or you guys can buy the entire set for $35. They also just launched their brand new 2 new liquid highlighters. So the first one I've already showed you guys. This one I'm wearing my eyes right now. This is the shade Cupid. This is the liquid highlighter right here. And I have to say, this is beautiful. Like, it dried down so nicely. I didn't even need to like reapply it. It didn't move. It didn't budge. It didn't go on top of the lid. It just dried down very, very beautifully. It's something that's just so effortless. You guys can wear it on your cheek. You guys can wear this as a highlighter, but you guys can also use this as like a lip topper. You guys can also use this as an eyeshadow topper as well. So we have the shade Cupid right here, which I'll go ahead and swatch it for you guys. That is the shade Cupid right there. And then we have the shade Venus right here. This is like a beautiful, like almost duochrome liquid highlighters. Now these do retail for $29 a piece. And let me tell you, a little bit of these go a long way. So it makes them like they're pretty hefty in price point, but a little bit of this goes a long way. And this is gonna last you for a very long time. Okay, then we have the shade Venus. Now this one actually kind of shears itself out just a little bit more. You are gonna have that nice peachy golden vibe to it, but it definitely shares itself out more. It's a really, really pretty shade. This one is going to be more versatile, I think, for a lot of different complexions out there. This one's just going to be really beautiful on its own. It's going to be one of those really, really, really poppy highlights. So absolutely stunning. So I already set my face, but we're going to go into the shade called All Yours, and we're just going to lightly dab that on our cheeks very, very lightly. I'm just going to kind of go right here. And I am using a damp beauty sponge, by the way, so that this can actually blend out a lot nicer. You guys can use a brush with this. You guys can use your finger, whatever is easiest for you. But since I am putting this on already powdered face because my beauty sponge is damp, it's going to make it just a little bit easier for me to blend out. It's also not going to pick up that powder underneath it. And I just think it's a really, really, really beautiful blush shade. And that is blending out so freaking nice. Do you guys see that? It's also not like tearing apart the foundation underneath it because I did put this on top of setting powder. I know a lot of people in the comment section are gonna be like, no, don't do that. But you know what? I do what's easiest for me, and it may not be the correct way to apply a cream blush. It's applying beautifully. I'm not having any issues with it whatsoever. That applied so freaking easy. That went on so easy, guys. I think the fact that I used a really, really damp sponge and I went in so lightly and I just start slightly tapping it in. I think it's the reason why the product underneath hasn't moved. But oh my gosh, y'all, this is so freaking beautiful. So freaking beautiful. Okay, so then for highlight, I actually do want to take the shade Venus right here, only because I did use Cupid for the eye. I actually want to take this for my cheek. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna put just a little bit on my hand, very, very, very little. And I'm just gonna take my damp beauty sponges. By the way, I am using an Ofra Cosmetics beauty sponge. It's it's seen better days, but you know what? We are going to make it work. We've seen better days, but it's such a beautiful sponge. I cannot not part from it. I do have other ones because the brand is so incredibly sweet and they definitely stock me up some sponges, but these are probably some of my favorite sponges I have ever played with. Like, I just don't know what it is. It's just so freaking soft and just blends out products so effortlessly. I can't get enough of it. But here's that shade Venus right here. So this one's definitely didn't pop as much as I want to, but it does give you kind of like a nice glow from within. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Cupid, just very little. And we're gonna start to pack that right on top, just to add a little bit extra. Ooh. Wow. That is gorgeous. I think kind of like mixing the two together is actually really pretty. That is so freaking pretty. I absolutely do love how that applied. So the new Made with Love collection is live right now. You guys have two new liquid highlighters right here. Like I said, they do retail for $29 a piece, or you guys can buy the lip to cheek cream set right here. They're $35 for all three, or you guys can buy each one individually for $18 a piece. And if you guys use code Allie, it'll save you guys 20% off. So Ofra Cosmetics, thank you so much for sponsoring a portion of today's video. You guys know how much I freaking love them. I talk about them all the time, and this collection is so beautiful. It's perfect for the Valentine's Day season, or honestly any day wear. You can wear this any day. This is so freaking stunning. I love how this turned out. It is so freaking pretty. It gives me that nice glowy look. So this collection is now live. By the way, if you guys want to go get your hands on it, I'll leave the link down below. But Ofra Cosmetics, thank you so much. I freaking love you guys. Okay, so up next, I see if you can change anything, would you, as far as your career? If I can change anything, would I, as far as my career? Absolutely. I think what I would change, I'm going right back into the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette, which, by the way, you guys can use code Allie for to save you guys 10% off when shopping at Lunar Beauty. If I could change anything in my career, it would just be like where I am right now. If I could change anything, I would just be in a better place with my channel and my content, and I would be making enough money to do this full time and to be able to take care of my friends and family and not really have to stress, and then knowing that I'm doing okay, and then it'd be a lot more easier for me to go buy every single new launch to review for you guys to keep my channel afloat pretty much. So that is what I would change. I would just change, not necessarily follower wise, it would just be where I'm at financially with my channel, where this could definitely be my full-time job and not something that's going to end up having to just be a really fun hobby. That's what I would change, because I just wish I was in a better place, honestly. So next question is, what does Corey think of you leaving YouTube full-time? Honestly, he's against it. He doesn't want me to necessarily go find a job because he feels like I'd be giving up on my dream. And he's going to be supportive no matter what I do, but he would just feel like I'm essentially giving up. And you know, he feels like as my husband, it's his responsibility to be taking care of us and whatnot. And because I'm a very stubborn person, I'm the opposite, going, well, no, it's also my job to take care of us as well. It's not just up to you. So he is just more like, just keep doing it, keep focusing, because he's scared that if one of my favorite mascaras with the Ofra Volumizing Mascara, I just really love this mascara. He just feels like if I step away from YouTube in the slightest, I'm going to be hurting myself, because he feels that I I push myself so far to be where I am, and I push myself so hard, and I work so hard that he feels if I step away from it, it's just going to hurt me and kind of negate all that I put into it. It's kind of how he feels, but he's also going to be supportive on no matter what I decide. But he just advocates for me when even when I'm not advocating for myself, is pretty much what he's doing. He's fighting for me to just focus on YouTube and doing whatever he can to make sure that that's all I do. But I'm over here fighting for us, going, well, no, I want more. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now with me and him on that. What is the most scariest thing about being a small beauty influencer? All of it. All of it's so scary because this is one of those jobs that isn't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed with this job. It ebbs and flows every single month. I mean, like when you have like a corporate job or like an actual like salary or an hourly wage, like, hey, I'm gonna make this much every single month. For me, I don't know. Like it varies from month to month, and like if I take one day off, I could be losing out on money, and if anything were to happen, I can get canceled in 2 seconds and I can lose everything I worked so hard for. So it's really difficult to be a small time influencer, especially because at the same time I don't want to say competing, but you're competing against like TikTok and those beauty influencers. And like right now, that's where everybody's at, is watching small form content on TikTok. And I get it, it's mindless. You can just scroll through, but you do have bigger influencers on there that have taken advantage of their subscribers, of their followers. And, I know you guys know the whole mascara gate like happened. It is what it is. I am never one to cancel somebody, and I'm not going to, but I will say that I still think accountability should have been had. But I also get why like she didn't say anything, because I feel like she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. I feel like if she were to take accountability, people would still tear her down in the comment section for how she apologized. It's just one of those worlds that like you can't be accountable. People want you to be accountable, but then when you are, that's still not good enough for them. So I get why she hasn't said anything. But because of the false advertising, I feel like it definitely affects the whole community, and it can make people just not trust beauty influencers already. And then on the YouTube aspect, it's already so hard enough it is as to grow and to be seen, because just a lot of people are not watching beauty content anymore. So it's so hard to grow and be seen. And then you're dealing now with that, and then you're also dealing with the short form content, and everybody being on the beauty side on TikTok and not really on YouTube, and you're just trying to be seen by somebody, and you're just trying to make it in this world, and it's just really scary. It's very, very scary. And a lot of brands also just take advantage of you for being small. Brands don't believe in like necessarily working with you unless it's in exchange for. That's pretty much the only emails I get is, hey, we'll send you this product in exchange for. It's very rare that I get a brand that just wants to generally send me the product or generally wants to pay me to try out a product and talk about it. It's one of those things. It's just very rare for an influencer my size, it's scary because it's just one of those things that can just come and go so quickly. So one of the questions on here is, who are your top 3 people you'd love to collab with? So the top 3 people I would love to collab with would be Corey Kenshin, because I freaking love Corey Kenshin so much. So Corey Kenshin would be one. And then Sweet Tales would be another. She is a female gamer, but she's over on Twitch. And then I think the third person that I would love to collaborate with would still probably be Robert Christie, because I feel like her and I vibe so well. And I feel like her and I have very similar personalities and pretty much similar stances on so many things. And I just feel like her and I could generally be friends in real life. She's someone that I just have always looked up to. And I just feel like we can just generally have a really fun video, just shooting the shit and just having a good time hanging out. And so I feel like it would still be her, but then like 2 other but then I'd have my gamers on the side, because I freaking love Sweet Tales. Her name is Hillary. And then I also love Corey Kenshin. He does the best like horror game stuff ever. And I live for his content. It's so freaking good. So I also see a lot of questions on there regarding how my animals have taken to Jace passing away. It's still a conversation I don't like talking about, because it's just sad. But I can safely say that my dogs have been okay with it, just because my dogs were never really a big fan of him. I was, but Callie has taken it pretty hard. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bourbon Lip Liner. She has taken it pretty hard. She has been crying every single night. She's become way more, I don't want to say clingy, but clingy is the best way to put it. She now has to be in whatever room we're in. And she does this thing now where whenever I'm feeding the dogs, she will come and sit on my lap in the kitchen. And it's so weird because in the almost the 14 years that I've had her, she has never done that before. Ever, ever, ever. She's never voluntarily sat in my lap when I'm feeding the dogs. She is a huge lap cat, don't get me wrong, but she's not one to just sit on your lap or you're eating. But who did was Jace. Jace sat on my lap every day that I fed the dogs. It's our bonding time together where we could just sit there and bond. I love on him, cuddle with him, play with him, give him a lot of scratchies, and now she's doing it. And it's just so bizarre because she's never done that before. So me and Corey think that that is like, Jace's way of being like, hey. So, anywho, I'm going to go into the Almay. This is the Almay Go Wild lipstick. Freaking love this combination right now. So pretty. So freaking pretty. I'm going to answer one more question. I'm sorry if I can't get to everyone's questions. You guys are so sweet and sent in so many. But the last one was like, how are you feeling mentally? It comes in waves. It definitely comes in waves. I'm going to go in with my crystal gloss right here from Maybelline. It comes in waves. That day I posted that video was really scary because I was open and vulnerable. And I was so scared that I was just going to get like people being like mean because that's how the internet is. But you guys are so incredibly sweet. And then that night I streamed was the best night I've ever had on streaming. It was so incredible, the love and support you guys have shown me. But the mental aspect, it comes and goes in waves. You know, one day I wake up and I'm feeling okay. I feel motivated and I feel like, okay, we can do this. And then the next day I wake up and I am just not good. And it just comes in waves. And I feel like that just has to do with like issues I have to work through with like the whole like not feeling like I'm good enough and not feeling like I'm deserving and worthy. And that's just issues that I have to work on. But it just comes in waves. But I do appreciate you asking that though. Let me set the face. Love that setting spray, but holy crap, man, is it sting the eyes. Woo-hoo-hoo. So this is the makeup look right here. I think it's so freaking pretty. It takes little effort I think it's so freaking pretty. It's so effortless. I feel like this is one of those ones, like this is one of those looks that I can wear every single day and I can be so happy with it because I just feel like I feel like it's just so freaking beautiful and I just like I don't know, I feel gorgeous in it, and I love how easy these products were to apply. I'll make sure I link all the products that I use down below for you guys, and I just wanted to take a moment to also thank each and every single one of you guys for sending in questions for me to answer. I love answering questions for you guys, and you guys were so sweet, and I'm so sorry I couldn't get to every single question. I just was trying to pick the ones that stood out the most and the ones that you guys had asked a lot of. I tried to pick those questions because there's so many questions that are very similar that I just tried to pick what I could. I'd love to film another one of these. I'd love to film maybe one that has to do more with like the YouTube side because I always get a lot of YouTube questions. Maybe I can do like a Q&A like YouTube style and I can answer any of your guys' questions on that one. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much once again to Ofra Cosmetics for sponsoring a portion of today's video. You guys can get your hands on the new Made with Love collection right now on Ofra Cosmetics website. I'll make sure I have this whole collection listed down below for you guys. And I just hope you guys enjoy videos like this where I kind of sit back, relax, and just talk. Because for me, I think they're so relaxing. They're so fun. And I don't know, I really enjoy doing them. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's Ofra Life, where you guys get to see my cool, wonderful ventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye! Is because I love my favorite part of my... And the reason I'm talking about lips first, and I'm going to take the brand new Page Coring, I'm going to take the brand new, and I'm going to set for $35, or you guys can buy the individual brush shades. Okay, guys. launched their new Made with Love collection. This collection is going to include three brand new cheek to lip cream set. It's also going to release. Oh my god. So they just launched their brand new Made with Love collection. This collection is going to include three cheek and lip cream set, and it's also going to be launching this. So this new collection is going to include three cream and lip cream set. This is cheek to lip cream. We're going to three brand new. If you did, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to like this video if you guys have not already. So I do post 4 to 5 videos every single. Don't forget to give this video a cheeky thumbs up because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. So yeah.